Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and I'm back. I'm sorry I left you hanging. I just want to thank everybody for your well wishes, your cards, your flowers, all that great stuff. I was very, very fortunate, and I know a lot of people care about me, and thank you very much. It's very sweet. I had thyroid surgery. I had my right side of my thyroid removed. What I thought was a cyst, I was then told afterwards it was a tumor. Great. Fortunately benign, all is good. We need to remove it because it was encroaching on my trachea, so that is gone, so now I am good. They were concerned, obviously, if at some point it was going to impede my breathing, which would be a problem. So that's why I had the surgery. So thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate it. I am back. I'm ready to craft, and I hope you are too. So I apologize for waiting so long, and I apologize for you having to wait to put this beautiful explosion mini book together, but we are on part 4, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So are you ready? Because I am. So what we have, if you haven't checked out the first 3 parts of this series before, make sure you go to our blog at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com. And you can also check out our YouTube video. It's actually embedded in our blog as well. But you can go to our YouTube channel as well and check us out. So if you want to follow step by step with pictures, I have that on my blog. I also have the video connected to my blog post, or you can just go to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in winning any of our giveaways, we typically have a giveaway every week. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our blog/email, and you will be entered in to win. If you unsubscribe, you're not entered to win anymore. If you aren't subscribed to both, you're not entered to win. So if you're asking yourself, why have I not won anything? That's probably why. So with that, I'm going to get started on this awesome project. I'm really excited. You can make tons and tons and tons of them. Fantastic for gifts, and just really, really cool. And actually, it was kind of cool. I showed my my son Christian today how it comes apart and goes back together. He goes, "Wow, that's really cool." Kind of made me feel good. It's kind of cool, right? Anyway, so we've already created the covers. That's what we did in one of them. One of our previous posts. We created the insert pages. We did that already. And we also covered them with a clear, I'm going to forget what it's called again. Isn't that great? Shelf protector. Yay, I remembered. It's a clear matte shelf protector, so you can keep it protected for all those cute little fingers and stuff that people like to touch it, which of course you want. That's the part of the creation. But you want to make sure it doesn't get everything all dirty and stuff. So that's what you do. So if you want to check those out prior to this, you're welcome to do so. If not, you can check this out and then go backwards if you like, because sometimes I work that way too. So with that, you're going to want your 2 covers. You want one for the front and one for the back. Okay. You're going to want 3 of your page inserts. And then you're going to want some super duper heavy duty tape. I know this works. This is something as an off-brand, so let's cross our fingers and hope it's not entertaining for all of us. We're also going to need some scissors. I forgot to put that in my little picture, so you know to have some scissors with you. I also like to use my ATG, and the reason why is because it's better for me personally, I think, on the paper to use the ATG glue or adhesive versus this, which I use on basically the covers. And then we also, of course, have our ribbon. I also have this cool little doodad thing. I don't know if you can still get it. I believe I got it at Daiso. I don't know if I'm saying that right. D-A-I-S-O. It's the store that carries a lot of like Hello Kitty stuff. I think I'm correct. I could totally be wrong, but irrelevant. It's basically a little gadget that you can use. If you look in there, and it will seal your ribbon. So if you saw my post before, this little beauty right here, you can see how it came really undone and stuff. It was not good. It's also like a polyester or nylon type ribbon, and so it's going to tend to fray. So you don't necessarily want that to happen. Well, with this, you can actually make sure that you fix it so it doesn't. So that's kind of cool. I believe I bought this probably 2 or 3 years ago. I'm sure there's something out there that you can do that. If you don't have either one of these, which you probably don't, and that's okay, you can use a lighter. However, be careful, because this type of ribbon can go up pretty quick. So we don't want to necessarily do that too much because it's flammable. So in other words, kids, don't try that at home. Make sure you have a parent that's doing that with you. That's not a good idea to do it yourself. So with that, you could always use grosgrain ribbon, which has a little bit of oomph to it and it won't really unravel like that. I just wanted something a little bit thicker, and I have tons of ribbon and I didn't want to not use what's in my stash because trust me, I have a lot. So I'm trying to be frugal with my money and being fiscally responsible so that I'm using up items that I have already. So with that, I'm going to show you how this little cutie works in a second. Basically, if I do this, it protects it and it won't close all the way. If I open it up, this little buddy gets really hot pretty quick, and it hurts, so don't burn yourself. Anyway, so we're gonna leave that over there. So what we're gonna do first, which I think is most important, is to decide which is gonna be the front and which is going to be the back of our covers. And then once we figure that out, we will then, I don't think it really matters one way or the other. I did notice here, I put adhesive here, that worked really well. But here I used some of the covering to keep the adhesive down and it didn't really work. So this shelf liner didn't really work very well to keep the paper down. And that's just probably because it's cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker. But that's okay, because we're gonna cover it with the piece of paper anyway. The page goes right on top of that, so we'll be fine. But I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. Don't worry if it pops up, because you're gonna put some adhesive all over the top of it anyway. But as I was saying, so what we're going to do first is just decide which side we want to be the front. This has just a few little blemishes on it, and I think basically it's because I have been messing around with it a lot and moved it around and stuff. So I'm going to use this side. I think it's got less blemishes. It's a little bit cleaner. So with that, I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to put this to the side so I don't forget and make the wrong choice. I'm going to take this red tape. I'm sure you've heard of red tape before. If you haven't, it's basically an acronym for super strong tape. So that's what we're going to use. And we're just going to place this right across right here, all the way across like so. And then I'm going to cut it. I don't know if you can see that very well. Here. I'm just going to cut it right here. And then put that down like that. Now sometimes with this red tape, it's hard to get the red part off. It's actually adhesive, but they call it red tape. I think it just stuck that way. Ha! Did you like that? That was like a crafting joke. Anyway, but the name red tape stuck. I think it's just because this part of it is red, but you see how that's the actual adhesive? So we're just pulling that off like so, and it's kind of coming off-ish. Let me see here. Part of it stuck. Okay, so now all that's off. So that's good. We don't need that. Now, what I did here is I've already fixed the ribbon. You can see a little bit, I think it's actually more apparent on this one. You can see just a little bit here how there's just a little bit of a texture there that I did. That's from the little heater that I have for the ribbon. So it worked. And it worked also on the other side. It's not as pretty and perfect, but it's good still and it worked. So we're good. Anyway, if you really want to make sure it doesn't fray, tie it out at the end. That's what I'm going to do anyway. So with this, you're going to want to take some ribbon and you're going to want to make at least 2 widths of that and then some. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because you want to make sure there's enough to go around both and for the thickness plus to tie it. So what I did was I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 8 really, because I was pretty generous. So it's basically 8 widths of that. And what I do is I take it and I fold it in half. Okay, so that's in half like that. I take the center right here. And I'm just going to take that ribbon and put it right in the center of my page, like so. I'm going to squish it down like that. And that part is done. Okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your red tape again. Actually, you know what? We're going to put this aside. I'm going to do it the other way. We'll put this aside. I'm going to take out these cute little pages here. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take, I'm going to make my middle color green, okay? And so what you do is you're going to have these pages that go up like so, okay? And then you're going to have, whoops, you're going to have this page go down. See how that's kind of folded down? So you're going to have it go this way. And then this one is also going to be up again. See, like this opens up like so. This one opens down. See that? Same thing. So you're basically going to do up, down, and up. Okay? So you're going to take adhesive on the middle piece that you're going to use, the part that's facing down. You're going to put adhesive on that part. So this part faces down. You're going to flip it over. So you're going to put adhesive all along here. This is where I use the ATG because I really think that this works the best. And it's not so strong that you'll rip your pages apart because you don't want to do that either. So I'm putting adhesive all along the sides. And the sides that I'm using are the ones that are not folded. That's important. Do not use the ones that are folded. Okay? So I'm just putting a bunch of adhesive all over the place because I want to make sure my pages stick to each other. And then I'm going to do it the same thing again on the other square. Just the full square. I'm not super fancy about this. Just want to make sure that there's adhesive on it. And I will show you what this looks like as soon as I'm done adding all this adhesive, okay? So, and yeah, it seems like I'm probably using a lot. I am, because you don't want this to fall apart. So there, you should be able to see what I'm talking about. I put adhesive on this square and this square. So where there's triangles, you don't put adhesive there, okay? So we're going to hold that. Now, I'm going to take my red pieces, okay? Notice those are pointed up like so, all right? And I'm going to just place this one right here, so it just goes right on top of that little corner, okay? I'm going to show you that again. This is the middle part, okay? And this is the one that's facing down, but we already put our adhesive on it, okay? So we're going to take our adhesive, turn it back over so it's face down. This is the first page. And we're just going to adhere it like so. So we're just going to take it right along this edge and make sure it's folding both sides well. That's good. Okay, and then we're going to take it and press down super hard to make sure it sticks. Okay, so we have half of it done. So see how that is? That's that. See how that works? So that's half of it. Okay, now we're going to take the other piece of red paper, and that's this one, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're just going to take it and we're going to slide it right underneath so the green goes on top of the red, and we're just going to make sure that this fits right and hopefully doesn't stick before I want it to stick, which it is. Come on, it's not supposed to do that. Kind of funny. That's the other thing I like about ATG, the adhesive. You can typically within, like a few 10 seconds or so, you can gently peel it off and it'll usually come undone. So I'm going to show you this really quick so you can see what I mean. So this is what it looks like so far. Okay, that's all folded. So that's what it's going to look like. So now we need to add the second page. So we're just going to take this, make it a little flatter, a little easier to work with that way. And we're going to carefully lift it because it likes to stick a little bit. So we're just sliding it right like so into the corner. And we're going to make sure that this folds nicely. I want to make sure that make sure it folds in there and folds both sides like so, that it's not folded too much. Looks good, looks good. Okay. And the reason why that's important is because when you're folding it in, you want to make sure it actually folds together. Otherwise, that's a problem. It defeats the whole purpose, okay? So, this is what it's going to look like once you've adhered those pages, okay? See how that looks? So that's what it's going to look like. You're going to take the one color, and that's going to be adhesive down to the other two, which attaches them, okay? So now we're just going to, I'm going to show you how you fold it in. So this part here, see how that is? They both fold in like so. Okay. You see that? It folds in like that. And then this, same thing. Folds in like this. And then we're going to use what I would use my bone folder, but I forgot to bring it. I don't think it's here. Let me look in my stash over here. Oh, yep, here it is. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I'm just going to take my bone folder and push down just to make sure that's a really super duper good crease, like so. Okay, and that looks good. So I'm going to open it up so you can see it again. This is the top. How do I know it's the top? Because the red colors, the red pages on the outside are blocking most of the, I'm sorry, this is the bottom. I'm going to confuse myself and you all at the same time. See, it's a twofer. Okay, let me try that again. This is the bottom because there's only two of the green showing and the red is showing more. So your main colors will be not showing as much on the top. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Hopefully I'm not totally confusing you, because I'm confusing myself and I don't mean to, and I know what I'm talking about. How you like that? So this is the bottom, which you can also decorate. And this is the top. So the middle color will show all of it, or the middle pattern, whatever picture or whatever paper you decide to use for the middle piece, all of it will be showing on the top, okay? And so that means that this square here, you're going to adhere to the backing, your front or the back of your book, and this here is going to be the front or the back, whichever way you want to use it. So this is how we fold it in, and it just kind of folds in like this. There's just a lot of folds. It's kind of cool, huh? I'm going to do it slow so you can see it. Pretty neat, huh? Pretty cool. I like it. So let's get started here. I'm going to put on the backing of, back in the front of the actual book. So we're going to take this back out. I'm going to use some of that super duper strong adhesive, and I'm going to put it on top of here. Like so, because I want to make sure that the ribbon stays put, because it will be opened and closed and tied and, you know, untied, etc., etc. So I want to make sure that that stays in its place. You also want to make sure that you don't allow too much of this tape to be out further than the pattern, because it will collects dust and stuff like that. So you want to kind of trim it so that it's actually being covered by the paper, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this is not too confusing for you. I'm hoping that you are inspired to create this. I had so much fun creating these. I used to make them all the time for gifts and stuff. So I'm hoping that you do the same. Just want to cut this right like so. Just a little bit over the edge. Okay, so we have that. So that also reinforces the ribbon from getting pulled up too hard, okay? So I'm also going to take off the top of this red part. And the reason why is because I have to put another piece down, and it's really a hard time trying to get this off without taking all of it with you when you do all four of them. So I'm going to suggest you do these two and then we're going to do these guys on top of that. Okay, so like, oops, like this. Oopsie. See, fortunately I was able to pull this up relatively quickly, as you saw, so that was good. But once you stick it down for a bit, it's not going anywhere. So we want to make sure that we don't do that too soon without making sure it's where we want it to be. Okay, so we have this. We turn this around, and then we have this. We're going to use quite a bit of red tape on this, but you want to make sure that this withstands the test of time and fingers, and you know, I mean, the reason why you create things like this is because you want to make sure people look at them. So if you don't make them sturdy enough for people to look at them, it kind of defeats the purpose of you even making it, because no one wants to look at it. Why bother? I mean, unless you want to look at it yourself and you're super careful. That's fine too. But I like to share my creations because most of the time it has my loved ones in it, and I love to talk about my loved ones. Because I'm pretty lucky. I've got 3 amazing boys. Now, when I say boys, I include my husband in that. Not because he's a boy, but because I just always talk about my boys and he's included in that. So it's not a derogatory thing. It's a I've always called them my boys thing, I guess. So that one, that right there shows you where all the adhesive is, okay? And there's no adhesive right here. I think I'm going to put some more adhesive on there. I'm going to put one more piece on top of that just to make sure it sticks pretty well. Just to be on the safe side. So I'm just going to trim a little piece off, like so, and place it right on top of the ribbon so that we can make sure there's some extra adhesion in the middle of that book, okay? So we've got that. Pull this red part up, if I can get it to go up. Wouldn't that be nice? There we go. So that is ready to go. I'm going to place this on the side. The other one's much easier. Why, you ask? Well, because we're not putting ribbon on that side. We're just doing ribbon on one side. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull out this, and we're going to pull out the other cover. And when we're doing that, like I said before, these did not stick. They weren't really used for adhesion. And what I'm talking about is the shelf liner. It was used, I just kind of pushed it down to adhere it a little bit. It didn't stay very much. So that's okay, because we're going to put adhesive on top of it anyway. So we're just going to place this here. You could cut strips ahead of time, actually, if you wanted to. See how sticky it got right there? It's a little sticky bugger, huh? So that one. And then we're going to put adhesive on this right here. And push down on that guy. I'm going to put some adhesive in the middle, like I did with the other one. And I realize this is probably slow going. You don't need to see how I'm putting the adhesive, but I think it's important to watch it at least once, because you want to make sure that once you create this, it doesn't go anywhere. Because that would be a problem, don't you think? After you made all these pages and created something, I definitely would want to make sure that it was completed correctly. So I'm just taking all this, the red tape part off. And I've got this one right here. Now what we're going to do is just take one more piece on either side, and then we're going to put that book together. How do you like that? Okay. So we got that. And we have this. And we are good. So right there, push that down there. We're going to lift that up like so. It literally has static cling. That's the noise you heard me trying to flick off the red part of the tape. Isn't that funny? So, oops, like static cling. It does not want to come off at all. Okay, So now what we have is we have the front and the back, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, now remember, is this the front or the back? How do you tell? The inside color shows the whole page if it's the top. So is it the top or the bottom? It's the bottom, exactly. So we want to fold this baby back together, okay? We're going to open that back up. Is that the correct way? It sure is. So you want to make sure that your pages are facing up correctly. So the middle page will be showing you the entire color, decoration, whatever page you've used. In this case, the green one. All 4 corners are there showing. This is the, whoops, this is the upside down version or the back version, which is only showing 2. So you know which way to do it. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this side right here, and we're going to adhere it to that side, and then we're going to take this back page and adhere it to that side, and then we're done. Yes, that's true. It really is true. Woohoo! Okay, so we have this right here. The easiest way is to just center it like this. So we're going to center it right there. It looks pretty good before I push down. Yes, it looks great. Okay. So we're going to push down on that guy, like so. And then, I do not suggest you put it like this, trust me, because if you do, it's going to be crooked. You're better off looking at it this way, okay? So then we're going to just take this part. See, it's going to open like this, okay? So we're just going to take this part like so. Make sure you don't have the ribbon stuck there, because if you do, it'll get stuck underneath, and you don't want to, just on one side, okay? So now, we're going to adhere the bottom part. We're going to make sure that it's centered correctly. We don't want it to be misaligned. We don't want the ribbon to be showing through or anything. We're just going to go like this. Okay? So we squeeze it. I'm going to push down super hard, even rub it a little bit like that. Other side too. Push down really hard. Rub it a little bit, make sure it's really adhered on there. And you have created your scrapbook. You are done. How do you like that? Did you like that? Pretty cool, huh? I broke it down into a whole bunch of steps. I could have done it in 2 videos, but part of the reason why I didn't do that was because of the fact it was really complicated for me to figure out when I first did it. But once I figured it out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. But it was frustrating for me because I just felt like I wasn't quite getting it. And it was almost like an aha moment. So I'm hoping you had the aha moment. If you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. But I'm going to show you again. So this is the inside of your book. And remember, you can decorate the inside and the back. See that? There's plenty of space. Make sure you journal, 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 journal. Your kids and loved ones and future generations need to see your writing. It's really, really important. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this beautiful little ribbon and you're going to tie a little bow. And you have now created a beautiful present, whoopsie, for a friend. Don't you think? I think they'd love it. I hope they do. I think it'll be fun. I can't wait to fill this guy up too. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it. I haven't decided yet. I thought about making one for my son for his graduation colors were purple and yellow. And yes, graduation's coming. Make one. Won't it be fun? Make sure you tell me about it. I want to hear what you did. So I told you I was going to show you how this cool little tool worked. So let me show you that really quick. This is the finished product. I hope you like it, like I said. You can actually, one thing I want to show you really quick too is if you want your bow to stay longer, I usually do it with the rabbit ear like that. It makes it stay a little bit longer and a little bit more sturdy. That's been my experience anyway. And then I poof it up like that. See? And it looks like a real present. See that? Kind of cool, huh? Sorry, I'm playing. That's what, see, this is what it's like to live with me in crafty land. It's been a while. I'm so excited to craft again. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside super quick. I'm going to show you what I did with this cool little ribbon thing so you can see it. And I'm sure there's something out there. If you know of something out there, please tell me, because there's got to be something a little bit more, I don't know. I'm not sure really what I'm looking for, but so what I did was I put this right on top. See where the line is? And it has a little area there. You can see where the space covers. So you just put it like that. Oops. Like this. And I squeezed it. There we go. And it only heats up when you push it down. Kind of cool, huh? So we're going to hold that down for a little bit. And it worked. You can see the hole. Can you see that hole like that? And that's how it works as far as it will, you have to do it in 3 stages. But it makes sure that it's, I don't know what the word that I'm looking for is, but basically seals the bottom of the ribbon so it doesn't fray. And it sealed it so much that I did the wrong part, but you can see how this works. It's kind of cool, huh? See how that is? Kind of neat. So anyway, I have no idea. I think I got this at the Daiso store, but I'm not positive. And it's been probably a couple years, so I'm not sure if you can still get it. But it's still kind of cool. And it also has a safety thing, so you can't close it down. If you close it down, that's when it heats up. So it's kind of cool that it's got that. So anyway, so you can see it's not going to fray because it's got that cool little thing there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed creating this. I hope you enjoyed trying to make this little scrapbook. I'm hoping that you find it important and easy to create something for your loved ones. And I really super duper hope that you go ahead and create something and show me exactly what you're going to create. Show me what you've decided to do. I would love to see that. That would make me very, very happy. And you know what will work really great with this? Yes, the sign language alphabet stamp set. Don't you think? Don't you think it would be cool? So that's what my giveaway is going to be today. So I hope that you enjoyed our creation. I hope that you create one yourself. And please tell me what you did. Tell me how you changed it. Tell me what you think could be improved. I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for going on a creative journey. Please make sure you check out our website at www.acreativejourneywithmelissa.com or www.acjwm.com. We have sign language stamps. We have awareness ribbon stamps, including autism awareness, breast cancer awareness, any awareness cause. We have a number of stamp sets for awareness causes that you can use for pretty much any cause. We have coffee stamp sets, alphabets, all kinds of stuff. Please check out our website and make sure you're a subscriber to our YouTube channel and to our blog/email list for our giveaways. Thank you so much for going on a creative journey with Melissa. Have a great day.